having a musically inclined child is it's amazing. It's like an indescribable feeling. I think any parent, when their child is into something that they love, that's already like just a feeling you can't really put your finger on. But we were very adamant about not forcing her. Me and her mother were very adamant about not forcing her into music because I especially understood what that was like growing up. I was forced to sing in church. Like, I didn't want to do any of this stuff, but the gift was there, the talent was there. And so I made sure that we were open to her finding her way and exploring and figuring out what it was that she wanted. But even from like as early as I remember, as like 6 months old, she showed like skill and interest in music, which I still can't believe that was something that she was able to show that early. But it got to the point to where she would like wake me up if she got up before me to say like, Dad, can you come turn the piano on, because she wanted to practice. And like, so once I saw that this was something that she had interest in and she genuinely loves it, like, I know it's in her, but that's not always what you love, you know what I mean? But she has shown that like she sings more than me, like at this point. Like sometimes I have to be like, yo, just give me a second because I need to think. But she loves it. And I think that it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And I love that we have the experience and we have navigated the industry in a way where we can make things easier for her. I'm learning from her. I'll say that. I feel like I'm learning more from her than what she's learning from me. But because I think when you're a child and you have these interests, you don't understand choice. Like, it's just what you know and what you like. And I think there's a certain innocence there that we spend our entire adulthood trying to figure out how to get back to. She has the freedom to just do whatever it is that she feels, you know what I mean? And I learn from that. And so what I do is, obviously having my expertise and skill when she's writing songs, if I see she's kind of in a place where I'm like, let me help her shape this melody, or like, I'll just throw a little stuff out there. She picks her own harmonies. If I hear harmony and maybe she's having trouble, but she wants to add something else, I'll make suggestions to her. What about this note? And she always knows, like, her pitch is better than mine, literally. My most unpopular opinion is that 2000s R&B is better than 90s R&B. I just talked about this online and people were in a frenzy. I will, for very good reason. So as a church kid, I grew up in the 90s. So 90s R&B for me, when we talk about what we like about 90s R&B, it almost always parallels church. And like, I was really singing and the chorus with this. As a church kid, we already had that. So 90s R&B doesn't resonate as much to me, because while everybody was listening to 90s R&B, I was listening to gospel that was what the 90s R&B was mimicking. So 2000s R&B for me is what I found to be a lot more innovative. That's when we started to get into a new type of sound. The reason I like 2000s R&B is because one, given the timeline, that's about when I was able to start freely listening to R&B music, because I couldn't listen to anything but gospel. So a lot of my core memories around that age are, related to 2000s R&B. But I credit 2000s R&B with the courage that I have as an artist to take risks, because when I think about the producers and artists who weren't afraid to be different, a lot of them to me were 2000s. And I'm a big neo soul guy, and we're talking about the era of Jill Scott and Erykah Badu and D'Angelo, Music Soul Child, Bilal. Like, I haven't found much music better than that. So I think I just have a personal connection to 2000s R&B, hence having a song called 2000s R&B. I think I'm taking risks in R&B, just sticking to making music, quality music. It's not popular to make sustainable music. You're literally going against the grain when you care about the art in a way that you are willing to make what you want to. Aside from myself, really loving T.A. Thomas. T.A. is really also tapping into just the essence of like authentic R&B. Kevin Ross. I'm a huge Layla Hathaway fan always, but I love what Layla is doing. She's finding really dope ways to take retro sounds and like recreate them in a way that still feels nostalgic but new. Who else am I listening to? Alex Isley, of course. It's just, yeah, there's Jay Nova. There's a lot of, most of the artists, what I associate with taking risks is making sustainable music. So that's another unpopular opinion of mine. I don't know that I feel like anything is missing in R&B as it pertains to the creative side and the artist. If I could say anything is missing, I would say more outlets like Vibe that actually champion R&B and let people know that it still exists. Because I could name a million artists who are making the music, incredible music, but they don't get a platform to be able to talk about the music that they're making.